This is a channel where we discover things about decentralized finance. I think it would be a good idea to have a little scout around on PulsePot, just so you guys can see. Let's have a look at the daily stats, see where we are. So we are up to round number 15,138. Wow, 15,000 rounds in 6 short weeks, guys. That's really, really, really good. We're starting to really hammer this. The jackpot game, I mean, every time I visit the website, jackpot game is just on. It's just continuously running. There's a lot of appetite for these games. So anyone that's new or anyone that doesn't know, I think I might have invited some people from outside of the crypto world onto this for today. So if you're there, welcome. Drop something in the comments. Let's have a chat. So the jackpot wheel is basically a series of smart contracts that allow player to play against another player. There is no house in PulsePot. We're not the house. There's no way that people can actually win money from us. We don't actually put any money against other people. We don't hold any money at any time. No money actually comes, gets held in any part of the smart contract that we control. So it's basically what we're doing. We're providing a series of smart contracts and this front end, which you're looking at right now, which allows players to play against other players. So if you want to enter this round, you would literally place the bet with the dollar value that you choose to put in. Bear in mind, there is no limit to how little or how big the amounts of money that you want to put in at any one time are. The round is not limited to any number of players. It can literally be as many players as choose to enter the round. And that round will spin, that countdown will start for 3 minutes. After the 3 minutes, like you can see we're getting up to here now, after 3 minutes, the smart contract RNG, which is a randomness number generator, that will choose a winner from all the participants enter the round. As soon as that round is won, those participants, that winner will have a 3% fee deducted from them or lower. We'll get to that in a moment. And then they will actually win all of the tokens that are placed in that round. So we can see here already in this round that we currently have, we have 5 players, $113, and a number of different tokens. So we can see here that people are playing in Pulse, PLS, in bridged over Ethereum, and then PLSP. So if we scroll here, we can see there's 4 out of the 5 are all betting with the same token. Interesting. We have seen a number of different tokens come up here before. So now we can see that our little spinning wheel is going around. So we're going to choose a winner, and then that winner, as fast as the block can do the transaction, will literally get those fees in their wallet, or get their money in their wallet. So let's go on to the fees. So from that round, we can see that there was a 3% fee. So $3.41 was generated for the casino, if you like. That goes on, obviously, every single time there's a spin. And what we do, 100% of those fees that are collected are used to physically buy back our own native token from the DEX and then burn it. So we're literally taking that token out of existence. We do have a number of different tokens. So obviously, I said you can bet in a number of tokens, but if we scroll down and have a look at the accepted tokens list, this is something that gets added to all the time. So what we look for a token to get added to the accepted tokens list, it has to have a thick liquidity. We need to ensure that anyone that plays with those tokens, they have the opportunity to cash out if they want to at any stage. So let's look. So we have Pulse, Hex, PulseX, our native token PLSP, the incentive token, a bunch of stables, including the loan token, the USDL. We have the Coast stablecoin. We've got Mr. Herlashkin is NOPE token. We've got the new privacy token, Zero Knowledge. That's basically the fork of Tornado Cash, which has come over. We've got Thank You Richard Hart, Elia Tropa, Mintra, 9-inch Watt token. So you can play with a bunch of different tokens. So fee structure. So if you hold on tokens, and you don't physically have to play these games at all. benefit from owning our token. So because we are taking 100% of the fees and literally burning that token out of existence forever, just by physically holding the tokens, as they become hyperdeflationary, which they kind of are, I'll show you the stats in a moment. Because they're going hyperdeflationary, that will have a significant effect on the price appreciation as it goes forward. So literally just by holding the tokens, you are benefiting from the price appreciation. Now, to save yourself from yourself and weak hands, it would make sense to lock up these tokens. So you physically can't get to them for a certain amount of time. That will help you to keep your tokens when the price fluctuations are going around. A lot of people get nervous, and they sell out. You can save yourself from playing the games if that's your thing. Now, from the total, when we first launched this, or when it was first launched, I'd say we, because we're part of the community, but when it first launched, it started with a 1 million token hard cap, just 1 million tokens. And every buy and burn fee has been running for the last 15,000 rounds, has so far to date burned 17,500 tokens from the million out of circulation forever, which is basically 1.75% of the total tokens that will ever exist. There's not going to be any more of these. These are just disappearing. Already we can see all of these different burns that happens. Wow, some big numbers, and the numbers are getting bigger. We can see we're into the hundreds that get burned pretty much every day, sometimes twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. Let's have a look and see how many are staked. So like I said, staking is a beneficial way for people to really protect themselves from themselves and deal with the market eggs and bows. So let's say, 45% of all the tokens that will ever exist are locked away. That makes total sense. And now, the more tokens that you have staked away, the less fee you pay for each round that gets played. So the fees are taken only from the winner of every round. So if you have a look here, you can see, so level 1 to 100, so 0 to 100 tokens, you get charged a full 3%. And then we have different increments all the way down. So the lowest you will ever pay is 1.5%. And you significantly reduce your unwrap time. So every game that gets played across the casino, not just on jackpot, there is a bonus. Depending on how much money is placed in the game, there is a bonus that gets paid, which is called the wrapped PLSP token. So we have the native token, which is PLSP, and the wrapped PLSP token, which is the bonus token, or the participation phase token. Every game that gets played, win or lose, you as a player will get back a small percentage of the money that you put into the game. Obviously, the winner will get the lion's share of the pot, minus the fees and the wrapped PLSP. We want to reward people for playing for a long time. So if somebody plays consecutive games and they win consecutive games in a row, there is something called the win streak. You can see here that for every win, anyone that gets 3 wins gets 1 extra token as a bonus, all the way up to, if you have 100 consecutive wins, which is highly probable, I would say, then that would be an extra 1,000 wrapped PLSP tokens. Now, when we launched with 1 million tokens, 800,000 of those tokens were given to the initial sacrifice set, the sacrificers. 100,000 were kept as a team wallet, and then the remaining 100,000 went to the participation phase, which is what we're doing here. Once these 100,000 participation tokens are gone, that's it. There's no more bonuses from this. But because there's an unwrapped time with your token, the price of PLSP and the price of wrapped PLSP were set at different liquidity ratios when they launched. So we can say that the wrapped PLSP token will always trade at a price under. I would think right now it's about 25 to 30% under the price of PLSP. So you can still trade them. You can still get rid of them if you want. But the reward for holding means that when you unwrap them, you actually get the real native token. So it's, if you're waiting for a certain amount of days, 150 days in some cases, but then you will get the extra 30% at the end of it. So I actually think that's it's another beneficial way of holding the token. You can see right now that the price of token is about $6.80. It started at $1.80. We've shot up to 8. We've had some consolidation come back, and now it's starting to creep up again, which is good. The games have been played non-stop, which I think is fantastic.